Good day, students. Welcome to MAT 104 class. Last week, we started a discussion on presentation of data, and we said data can be presented through pictograms, bar chart, pie chart, histograms, frequency polygon, cumulative frequency curve, stem and leaf display, and so on and so forth. So we started with pictogram, and we said that pictogram is the pictorial representation of data. That is a way of representing data through pictures of one's choice. In the example given, we have some students admitted into distance learning institutes in an academic year. The wristwatch, those of them wearing wristwatches, and from a business administration department, we have 150 there, but you have to remember that the 150 there, we said the number of students is in hundreds. That means we have to multiply 150 by 100, which will give us 15,000. For public administration, 120, multiply 120 by 100 to get 12,000. In accountancy, 135, multiply 135 by 100, you get 13,500. In economics, 100, multiply 100 by 100, you get 10,000. In science education, you have 80, multiply 80 by 100, you get 8,000. So we want to present this data or through this information through pictogram. When we are dealing with wristwatches, so it's better to use the picture of wristwatches. For the 15,000, it will be cumbersome for me to draw 15,000 wristwatches. Number one, it is time consuming. Number two, there will not be enough space to do that. So I decided to use key. If you see the keys here, I said one wristwatch stand for 5,000 wristwatches. The other small one, or you can see the picture, 2,000 wristwatches. The next one for 3,500 wristwatches, while the last one stands for 3,000 wristwatches. So for the business administration program, you can see 3 complete wristwatches. That is 5,000 in 3 places. That gives us 15,000, because each wristwatch stands for 5,000 wristwatches. For the public administration, which is 12,000, and if each wristwatch stands for 5,000 wristwatches, that means I have 2 complete diagrams for wristwatches, and that stands for 10,000 wristwatches. The remaining 2,000, I have the small wristwatch I drew for that stands for 2,000, and is represented in the keys. You check the key, you can see the diagram. I said it stands for 2,000 wristwatches. For accountancy, where I have 13,500 wristwatches, you can see the diagram. 1, 2, that's 10,000, and the small one stands for 3,500 wristwatches. You will see that in the keys also, that it stands for 3,500 wristwatches. Then under the economics, I have 100 wristwatches. 100. If I multiply 100 by 100, I have 10,000. So there are 10,000 wristwatches. If each wristwatch stands for 5,000 wristwatches, that means I'm having only 2 diagrams there. That's why you have to complete 2 wristwatches, which stand for 10,000 wristwatches. And the last one is science education, which stands for 8,000 wristwatches. So I have one complete diagram for that. One wristwatch stands for 5,000 wristwatches, and the small one there from the key, you can see that I said that one stands for 3,000 wristwatches. You have 3,000 with 5,000, you get 8,000. So in pictograms, keys are very important because it's the keys that will tell us what each diagram stands for. So we have come to the end of our class on pictograms. By the next time we meet, we will still be talking about other presentation of data like bar charts, pie charts, and frequency polygon, cumulative frequency curve, stem and leaf display, and so on. Welcome once again. God bless you.